Okay, so here we are at my printer, and I have a piece of cardstock loaded in already. If you're not sure how to flip your paper to get a double-sided print, I would suggest working on regular printer paper first until you figure it out. And this little icon is going to help you figure that out. Everybody's printer is going to be different. I will show you how it works on mine, and we're going to head over to the computer and I'll show you my settings in the dialog box over there. Okay, so I have this pulled up, and this is the, I'm not sure if it's the first or second page, but I'm going to bring up the dialog box, and you can see I've got 2 pages. I'm going to select pages, and I only want to print page 1 right now. And then I'm going to make sure that fit is selected. And if you want to change the print quality, everybody's printer is a little bit different. Mine is here under printer, and then I go to printer options, and I have a quality and media setting, and that lets me select the print quality, and I'm going to leave that at high, and I'm just going to leave the plain paper selected and click OK, and then I'm going to hit print and print. Okay, so I have this page printed out, and I know with my printer that what comes out down here is actually the top. So I flip my paper over and I put the top side down. That's how I know that I'll get a correct double-sided print. You'll have to experiment with your printer and see what works. So now we're going to come back over here, and we're going to print the second page. And if you have the second page pulled up, you can just always select current page. And the rest of the settings are going to stay the same. Make sure that you've got fit selected. And I'm going to go ahead and print that. And here is the second print. And if you're unsure whether or not this printed correctly, I would suggest holding this up to a lamp or the window, and you'll be able to see whether or not your each side is lined up correctly. And this one is, so we're going to go ahead and start cutting. Okay, I am here at my little cutter, and I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this out on the dotted lines. And like I said, you can figure out which dotted line is closer. I'm not really going to worry about it because I can always go in with a scissor and clean up anything that that I don't like. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut out. So you can see right here I have a little bit of a dotted line left, and I'm just going to take care of that before I start my folding. Okay. All right, so the folding process is really easy. I like to have the busy side is going to be up, and what you're going to do is you're just going to fold the bottom corner up to the top, and it is helpful, especially if you're using cardstock, to have some type of bone folder to make some really nice creases. And you just make sure that you've got these matched up really well. And then you're going to turn it the other way, and you're going to fold this corner up to the opposite corner here. Okay. Once that's done, we're going to fold this paper in thirds. So turn it so that it is a square. And it's a lot easier to fold this in thirds because you can use the artwork as a guide. So I'm going to fold this up until I meet this border here. I'm going to make sure that I am covering up some of that artwork. But once I get to this border, this squiggly border, I know that I'm pretty close. Yeah, crease that, and I'm going to do the same thing to this side. And after you've folded it in thirds in one direction, you're going to spin your paper around and you're going to fold it in thirds the opposite direction. And I already had this folded and just forgot to film it. So, and we're going to start bringing each corner up to the top of this little inner square. And since you already have some creases in here, you can just line those up. And we're going to do that all the way around. Okay, so once you have all of your creases made, then what you need to do is look at this side, and this is going to be the easiest way to do it because the artwork is already on there. We want the birds to be on the top as we're twisting this. So this is how you can gauge if you're doing it correctly, and you can start kind of matching up the pieces of the heart while holding on to these two corners that have the birds on it, and kind of start twisting a little bit. And you can help it by making some creases here where the other parts of the heart are, and you want those to touch, and you want these to touch, and then you can kind of push it in together and lay it flat. So, and then you want to reinforce those creases. Just make sure that you have the two birds facing up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to start folding these arms in. And you can go ahead and crease these as you go. And then you're going to do the one on the left, the one on the top, and they just go in sequence like that. From the bottom of the heart is where you want to start and work yourself around clockwise. And then you're going to fold the last one in, make a nice crease, and this is the arm that gets tucked in to this little part of the flower right here. And once you get that nice and tucked in, then you can give her a good crease. You can even put this under a book overnight so it gets nice and flat, and those creases get really reinforced. So that's it. And now you've got yourself a little Victorian purse puzzle that opens up, and you've got a nice little sentiment on the inside, and you can you've got this square back here if you want to add something to it, but that's pretty much it.